For those just starting out, to those who built their reputation in the detail industry, navigating the course is a daily grind. This is play-by-play with industry professionals, tackling topics and offering tips to help improve your game plan. Now, here's your play-by-play.
All right, what's up, everybody? We got your lunch break play-by-play. Of course, I got my buddy Ryan.
What's up, buddy?
Dustin Jackson here, and we are back, reunited, finally, at last.
Feels so good.
Brothers amongst one again, and it feels wonderful, man. It's been a long few weeks without you. I was down in Florida last week at Drake's training event, and so I had to zoom in. But I'm glad to be sitting back at this table, having doing a podcast with you, having some lunch, and just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, man. I mean, we had Rob in here from Delta Bay last week. Him and I were, in studio, as you might say. But we had a blast. We really missed you here, though.
Yeah, but Rob's awesome. I mean, we got to crack some jokes with him, and apparently I told a joke that no one got, which is not rare. I'm king of the dad jokes. But this one you should have gotten. Had you been paying attention to the podcast like you're supposed to, you would have understood what pill season was about. And
what exactly was pill season? Just for anybody just now tuning in.
Yeah, pill season is the season that I was preparing for and doing all this dieting and getting my body ready to unveil at this big event. And it was my wife's birthday cruise, okay? And for anybody that follows my Facebook Live, you got to see a really good live feed of the girls and hanging out in the boat and seeing all the fun that we were having. But I had too much fun. I had way too much fun, and I took pill season way too serious because now it is legitimately pill season. I don't know if you guys can see, but I am pilling. I got so sunburnt.
Oh, man, that looks terrible.
It was.
But it looked like a lot of fun. I watched it live. It definitely looked like I should have been on that boat.
It was. But you know what? One of the other jokes was about the nappies, and I'm kind of hurt about that.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Dustin. I try to stay as partial as I can, Both Delta Bay and Easy In are kind of in the runnings for the best car wash / detail shop.
They are, but you know what, Ryan? I feel like your loyalty should be shifted a little more towards Easy In, seeing how we cut your check and all.
That's true. But I do have two accounts, so I'll go in and I'll vote for Delta Bay with one, and I'll vote for Easy In with the other. I just try to.
I understand. I said, I guess you got to maintain relationships. But, I'd love to see you vote just one more time for Easy In. And to be clear, you don't work for Easy In. You do work for Detail Bookie. So I understand. But anyways, well, we love our brother. Listen, if one of us win, if either one of us win, we're competing with car washes. We're competing with Bebo's and who's the other one? Rich's, I think so. These are like chain car wash, tunnel washes. And we really shouldn't even be in the same category, but we are. So hopefully one of us will win it. I would love to see one of us win it. It'd be great.
Yes.
But we got a big show. We're transitioning out of training, and we're gonna gear towards SDC. And for those of you that don't know what SDC is, that's the Southern Detailers Conference, and it's in Lexington, Kentucky, in
June 4th through 6th.
Yeah, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So we'll be traveling up that Wednesday, setting up a big to do there. It's going to be a lot, but we're bringing on Brian Finn today.
Yep.
And we're going to talk to him about, ask him questions, kind of get a feel for what's going on at the show and what his involvement is, and looking forward to that conversation.
Right, he's with the Diamond sponsor Pro Products, and he also has a training facility. It's the National Detail Training Academy, and then he also runs a detail shop part-time. He said this Tri-State Auto Detail.
Yeah, he does. And we've been talking about SDC for months. I think we've been talking about it since March, so it's nice to be digging in.
That's true, man, and those 2 months really flew by. You know what else that means?
What does that mean?
2 months anniversary for our podcast.
Oh,
right?
Then I feel like we should celebrate, right?
We're going to pop that bottle?
Yeah, so listen, this is our 2-month celebration of the podcast. It seems like it's been just a few minutes, and we've had so much fun. And bring it on. Bring it on in. We want to do this right, so we're bringing on.
We don't know how y'all celebrate 2 months, but it's like a relationship in high school here. You know what I'm saying? We're celebrating every milestone.
This is how we do 2 months here at Detail Bookie. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here without. Oh! All right, that's celebrating 2 months in style. Let's pour it up.
Hopefully we didn't get any on the vehicle behind us. It's getting a nice ceramic coat coming up here. So
I don't think our production team's too excited about this. We threw this surprise on them just a few minutes ago, and you know what? We don't care if they're happy about it or not. We're happy about it. It's 2 months. It's time to celebrate.
It's 2
Cheers.
months, sir. Cheers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Listen, so that's been fun. It's been a great ride, you know.
Oh man, it's been a blast. We've had a lot of fun over the last 2 months, and this thing's picking up steam, man.
We've had all kind of people on too.
Yeah, man. We've had everybody from Dare Alliance with SDC. We've had Mike Phillips from Auto Geek. That was huge.
Dude, that was huge. Jennifer Turcott, man, she drew some attention. You know, obviously she is a very good detailer, and she brings in a lot of attention.
Great personality.
Had my detail manager come on, Matt. So we've had all kind of people talking about training, and been down to training events and stuff. So, but we're to the most important part of this show.
Well, we're definitely going to be talking about, that's right, man. We're getting some gold fingers today.
Heck yeah.
If you know about gold fingers, they offer a ton of great stuff, including fingers and wings, man. You're going to peel season now.
I love chicken. I love fried chicken, but I'm a man on a mission.
Oh, man. So does that mean I get extra today?
No, it doesn't. Peel season is over for the week, and I am eating me some chicken fingers, so Ryan, you're just gonna have to suffer through it, and I'm eating half the chicken fingers.
Well, you know, I could use to join peel season too.
So listen, let's talk about SDC. You know, that's what we told you we was going to talk about, so we're going to talk about it. We're going up there on Wednesday. One of the things that I'm looking forward to the most is the dinner, and it's Saturday night, and it's the awards banquet. And the reason I'm looking forward to it is because Detail Bookie is sponsoring it.
Yes, sir.
And Joel LaPalme made a great post the other day and gave us a shout out. But guys, go to this. Trust me, go to this dinner. We got some cool giveaway stuff that we're doing at this thing.
Right.
Going to be everybody that's anybody in the detail industry will be at this dinner.
Yes.
They're giving away the awards.
IDA awards and SDC awards are going to be given out at our sponsored dinner.
And that's huge. You know, that's huge for everybody in the industry and for people, you know, like myself that set goals and stuff. I mean, some of these awards that they're giving out, I'm not going to lie, I'm chasing those goals down, and I want to be a part of that. So it's an exciting time for me, and I think it'd be an exciting time for any detailer in the industry to make sure they make it. But that's not all we're doing.
That's right.
We're going to have podcasts at our booth all week long.
We're doing training as well.
Yeah, I think there's something that we can't announce yet, but we're doing something really special a Friday night. I don't know if we're allowed to announce it yet, so we're not going to, but it's a podcast live from somewhere that's going to be really cool. Ryan, do you even know about it?
No, I don't.
Oh, wow. That's even better. That's even better. I'm not telling you either.
Okay. I like surprises.
But look, so all kind of cool stuff about SDC. You know, this is the first thing that's been going on since the pandemic. You know, they canceled Mobile Tech.
SEMA before that.
Yeah, and you know, so it's exciting to get detailers back together. It's exciting for us because we're going to get to talk about software, and we're going to get to show you how well it, you know, what all it does. And it's one thing to talk about it over the phone or make a post or, you know, respond in the comments, but it's another thing to have somebody one-on-one talking about how software can change their life or help them.
No, absolutely. I mean, demos are really where it's at. You know, if you do a demo with me, I guarantee you're going to want to try the software.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, you know, it's a no-brainer. And so being able to be there live with people.
It's a live demo.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. It is. We're super excited. We're also bringing Skylar with us. And Skylar was our shop manager for a while. She's moved on, but she's coming with us to talk about the software because actually the shop that she's at now is using the software.
That's right.
But she's coming up to kind of give you a detailer one-on-one experience level, and I think it's awesome. I mean, we're looking forward to this show. Got all kind of cool stuff planned for it. But I think we go ahead and bring Mr. Brian on,
yes,
and let's hear from the man himself about it and see what he has to say.
Now, I know one of the things with Mr. Brian Finn is that he's actually going to be missing out on this SDC, even though they are the Diamond sponsors. He's got his second child on the way.
Oh, really?
There's Brian.
What's up, buddy?
Hey. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how you doing, man?
We were just talking a little bit about
Great. How
FOMO.
you guys doing?
Good, man, good. Talking about the fear of missing out. You know, you guys are sponsoring it, but you're not going to be able to attend. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm blessed to have another baby coming. And it just so happens that it falls right on the weekend that SDC fell. So
y'all can't reschedule that? Like, can you reschedule that delivery?
I'll tell you what, I've tried everything to convince my wife, but she just isn't buying. Like I tried the doctors, everything. She just won't bite.
So I have 4 kids. Most recently, Demi, that's my only daughter. I have 3 boys and a girl. And I can tell you, Melanie was so ready to have Demi. Like, there is nothing that would have stopped her or made her delay anything for having Demi. She was ready to get that baby out and get on with life. So
Oh yeah!
Congratulations on number 2, though. I know that's awesome. And so, anyways, let's talk about SDC. Let's tell our listeners. I mean, we have a group of detailers that always tune in, and tell them what they can look forward to if they're going, or what they may be missing if they're not going at SDC.
Well, if they're not going, they're crazy, because SDC is going to be just awesome. I mean, it's the best thing about SDC. What I think is that it's dedicated just to detailing.
Right.
And that's, usually detailing is kind of like a side added bonus to a show. But this is all about detailing.
It really is. When we go to Mobile Tech, we've been down there for the last three years, and you kind of feel like, Mobile Tech's a great show, but you're kind of that, oh yeah, there's detailing over there, and to have a show that's dedicated to, and not even mention SEMA, we're just a little blip on the map in SEMA.
Right.
But to have a show dedicated just to detailers, and if you're in the industry and you have any interest in staying in it, you absolutely want to be at this show. It's going to be great.
Yeah, man,
it's Daryl and Bob and all the guys have worked so hard on it. We've worked hard on it. My boss purchased a brand new booth. It's definitely, we've put our heart and soul into it. We've even come up with a new product we're bringing out. So that's going to be exciting.
I know our team's been working round the clock for it too. We have our existing booth, but they've expanded. Normally we do a 10x10. We did a 10x20. So we're bringing in the podcast and production's been working on getting all that set up and new banners and stuff. So man, it's just a ton to look forward to, and I'm just glad to be able to see people and interact again. I feel like we've all been sheltered from each other, and to be able to go to an event and see people and interact, that's what I'm probably looking forward to the most.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Daryl has so much stuff planned for it. It's amazing. I just listened to his to a podcast that he did, and he was just naming off some stuff. It was like, wow, I can't believe how much stuff he has planned, down to a DJ at 8 in the morning.
Hyping it up. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. You got to do it right. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff. For those of you that don't know what planning an event like this, we just hosted a big boat show down here in Mobile, Alabama, where we're at. And we didn't have, so all of our boat shows got canceled, and we were heavily involved in those. So we went and planned our own. And hats off to Daryl and his team and you guys for putting this thing on, because let me tell you, there is some planning that goes into an event like this. So to be able to line it all up and get everybody to to do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it, it's an undertaking, to say the least.
Yeah, and I just want to say we got a special guest watching as well. Say hello to Mrs. Finn out there.
All right. Miss Finn.
Brian's wife's watching.
What's up, Miss Finn?
Biggest fan right there.
What is it?
That's my second biggest fan.
Oh.
Her and my daughter, Brianna.
Yeah. Ryan's mom's probably our biggest fan. Ryan's mom watches all these. She's on there for sure,
you can always count on mom. You can always count on mom.
Oh, listen, a funny story about moms. So we're in a lot of the detail groups, and anybody that's in there know that it's like a ticking time bomb with the wrong post to the wrong person on any of these groups, and it's ridiculous, and everybody gets on there. It's just ridiculous. But my mom follows our software company, Detail Bookie. And so there was a post somebody made out there and says, hey, does anybody know any software or recommend any software? Well, my mom goes on there and suggests Detail Booking. And somebody comes in and blast her, because obviously she's not a detailer. They've researched her page to find out she's not a detailer. And they're like, how can you give suggestions if you're not even a detailer? And they rip my mom to pieces over it.
Everybody's a big shot behind a keyboard.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I had to come to mom's defense and be like, "Look, dude, chill," because I will come out from behind this computer. I can tell you that.
And I know you're not a huge fan of social media, or at least I know you don't have a huge presence on there. It took us a while to find your account. I don't think you have a profile picture on there.
Yeah, on my personal one, I don't.
Yeah.
But on my business one, I do. But Yeah, I'll tell you what, I need to get better at, I don't know how these people do it. They're posting every day. It's like, wow, how do you
find the
get
time?
Something done?
Yes, exactly.
It's crazy.
The guys sitting in these
I work and work, and then I go to sleep.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. These guys hawking these groups, man, it's just crazy. And they go in there and comment, and it's like, when do you guys work? You know. So, anyway, so you own a training facility as well. You do detail training.
I do. I just started a training facility because of my daughter coming. I lost my home office because that's going to be her nursery. So we are working on, just in case my mother-in-law is listening. It's being worked on. It's going to get there.
I thought I saw you with a paint roller a while ago, right?
Yeah, I've only had 9 months to make it happen, but I work best at the end of the time. But so I opened up a training center here. My full-time job is pro products. That's my main concern during the day, and then in the evening time I do some light detailing, and then on the weekends I do detailing and set up courses too.
Well, and I think, I can't imagine a better way to talk about products and show how they're used and actually train new detailers on them. So I'm sure Pro Products is kind of reaping the benefits of that as well, because you get to show them how the products work. I just got back from Drake Roberts. I don't know if you know Drake. He's big in the marine industry, and we were down in Fort Myers, Florida at his marine training event. And so they asked me to come down and speak at it, so I did. And Stark Products put it on, and they sell a lot of marine detailing products. We're big in the marine industry as well. Okay. So, but anyways, it's not, you can't beat hands-on training, and you can't beat like being able to actually get in there with a buffer, with a sander, whatever, and use the products that the guys are talking to you about. But actually get in there and train and learn how to do these things that you can't. When I was coming up, I mean, there wasn't the training that there is now. There was hardly any, and it was learned by fire, and that was very expensive and very stressful way to learn.
And I think
I've been in this for almost 30 years, and
wow, yeah.
It when up until the past probably 10 years, I mean, everybody just normally gets thrown, there's the car, go clean it, and it's like you learn by the guys next to you, or the older guys that might be set in their ways, have some bad habits, have some good habits, know. So I mean, right now with the amount of training that these guys have access to, it's unbelievable. It really just blows my mind what they have at their fingertips.
Yeah, I was watching these guys guys and girls go up and train on this boat and learning how to sand and all. And I went back in time. I started about 10 years ago. And I went back in time and remembered like my first time sanding a boat or even a car, and just like on eggshells, and just. But to be able to go and do that with a professional standing over your shoulder and say, hey, am I doing this right? Or should I go deeper or use more aggressive sandpaper? To have that like one-on-one I can't imagine what impact that would have had. It probably would have saved me a lot of gray hair and a lot of money. I can tell you that,
Well, check this out. My first job at a dealership was at a Cadillac dealership in California where I grew up, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, the guy asked me if I had ran a buffer before, and I said yes. I just wanted a job. My dad was on me. Right?
Oh yeah, all the time.
So first day, brand new Cadillac STS, black.
Oh my God.
My manager comes over and says, "Here, Brian, I want you to sand out this run." Ooh. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I kind of said, "Hey, I know how I would do it, but why don't you show me your technique?"
Yeah, that's right.
And he. It flew. He did it. He goes, yeah, we're going to use this. So I just kind of mimicked what he did, and luckily it turned out good. But great. Yeah, that was the last time I lied in an interview.
And that's moments you don't forget either. You go, you do stuff like that, and I mean, I've had them all along the way. You probably, oh yeah, I've done that, or I can do that, and then it's in your lap, and you're like, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? But that's awesome to see these guys like you in our industry helping other ones, kind of reaching back and pulling others up is massive, and I think it's so important, and it's such a big time in our industry. But going back to SDC, I know we talked about what's going on there, but what do you think a detailer would miss if they weren't going? I mean, obviously all the new products coming out, all the the people there. What other things might they miss if they don't make it?
Well, they're going to miss all those training courses that are available. I mean, we've put together some training courses that are really informative and are going to help guys through their daily journey in detailing, down to we're doing one on shop safety and product dilution and all of that kind of stuff that people really don't think about, but is very important to what you do on a daily basis. And then, definitely just interacting with the people. You're going to have, interactions with some of the top guys in the industry. And that it's builds huge enthusiasm and everything. And I think not going would be a mistake. Going, you're going to come out of there really, really hyped to go clean cars.
Absolutely, the value's there, and being able to network, building that network with other guys, other detailers, and that are going through the same struggles or have been where you're at, and to be able to relate. I know there's nothing better than when I run into somebody that's in our industry, and I'm able to dude, have you ever had this happen? Just like sanding that run. Okay, and they're like, what are you talking about? This happened twice last week. And I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one fighting this battle, I'm not the only one out here. That's right. And it just feels good to be able to go meet other people that are fighting the same, going through the same struggles as you, and also that's good.
And we hate that we're going to miss you at our dinner, because that's the one thing that throwing that party for the IDA awards,
for the awards,
SDC awards, and then do the pub crawl afterwards. You're talking about networking. This is a time where you get to rub elbows and clean cups with some guys that you might really look up to as a detailer. So
absolutely,
absolutely.
Yeah,
but you know what? The Lord had a different plan for me this time.
Yeah,
so. We are just sitting here rubbing it in the whole time.
Right? Yeah. So, what about SEMA? Are you guys participating in SEMA at all this year, or do you know?
We already have the stuff ready for SEMA.
Yeah.
It's looking like it's going to happen. So yeah, definitely, it's going to be pretty crazy though. Imagine that North Hall with.
Oh, it's going to be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, with post-COVID. Quote unquote, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh well, we're going to be out there as well, and we're kind of we participated in the live, was it 360 or whatever, and that I don't know if you guys did the roundtable discussions for 5 days. That seemed like an endless event, but
we didn't.
Good, but be glad because it was tragic. But anyways, we done it, and so we'll be there this year. So we'll look forward to seeing you there at SEMA for sure. But
I had a question now. So last week we actually had a software demo. So you got to check out the software, Detail Bookie, and see how it might play a role in your in your business. Mm-hmm. How do you see software, I guess, kind of playing a role in this industry as we begin, continue to grow and really try to add that professionalism that that we certainly exude in our work, that we want that to come across,
right?
And that aspect of it.
Yeah, definitely right off the bat, the Detail Bookie software is awesome. I was really impressed with it. And I'm not just saying that because it's the podcast, but I definitely really was impressed with it. And what it offers and what you can do and what the customer can do is what you were showing me with the customer, you said, a guy's up at 4 a.m. booking a detail.
Yeah.
Just the way you can get the pricing you can get too is, amazing.
It is.
That
yeah, and to see software,
not
just specifically Detail Bookie, but just software in our industry, just see it making a push is really exciting to me, because like we said, back where there was no training, there was no software either, and so there was a lot of unprofessionalism, or guys struggling to have that professionalism, especially like a shop of my size where we were, it's difficult to follow up with people, it's difficult to keep a schedule when it was all by hand, and that's exactly why I built Detail Booking. But just software in general. If guys aren't, if they're not using something they should be, there's resources out there. There's software out there that can help you change your business. And if you're doing professional detailing, you should absolutely have something that's helping you run your business professionally as well.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always had it. Well, my first business I did not have because I took it over from somebody else who was kind of just doing the books in a book.
Yeah.
And then my next business, I really improved and I got QuickBooks Pro and I started running it that way. And it was amazing how I would hand them an invoice. And at that time they were like, wow, the last guy I used, his was written out on just a basic, his Staples bought invoice book.
Yeah, it's the evolution of business,
Yeah, and you got to keep up. The devil's in the details. You got to know where you're at every day. I mean, you have to know what it takes to pay those bills before you're even making a cent.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you can't just go through the day just trying to do every, not knowing your numbers.
No, you're right. And I did a live the other day into our Detail Bookie MVP group, and that's a group of all of our paid users. But and basically I was talking about the cost of redos. And we had a redo here at our shop, and it was just one that we missed on. We had been out on the road. I sent my road crew out to take care of this boat, and it still had some oxidation in it. And I was telling them, if you don't know what it costs you to do it, to have to go back on a job, or if you don't know what it costs you to do the job to begin with, first of all, you're fighting an uphill battle, because how can you price something if you don't know what it costs you to do it? And then if you're out thinking of doing a redo or having to do a little callback or something, and I guess it happens. If you're in this industry, I don't care who you are, how good you are, you're going to have something come back on you that says, whether it was out of your control or whatever, that you're going to have to work on again. And the cost of that redo, the cost of working on it again, is much more than just the expense of your labor and materials at that job, because it's pulling you away from another paying job. So it's a lot more expensive than you think to go back and redo. And then all of my guys get to hear that a lot. So of how expensive it really is.
Yeah. And that, that goes back to training too. And keeping your guys trained,
Yes.
You got to constantly be training them.
It's never
these guys sometimes they get complacent, or they think they know a better way. And, when you're the owner, they fail, you fail. That's how it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It really is.
Yeah. We fail as a team, or we succeed as a team.
Yeah, and listen, those things happen. We try to minimize them, of course, like anybody else does, but it's keeping these guys motivated. We're in the meat of our season. It's boating season down here, and so we're just, we're all we can do to keep our head above water as far as scheduling is concerned. And I think that plays a role into some of those. They're just trying to get out of there, trying to get to the next job. And one got us, one bit us. And of course, the customer's thrilled to death. Everything was right. We always make the customer happy no matter what, but it's still an expense to the company, and it's a major one, when you have to go back and do something like that. But you wouldn't know, to sum it up, you wouldn't know if we didn't have a way to manage those things or calculate those things, then we would just kind of be floundering around and not really know what it cost us.
Yep. And it's all about those
What's really hard to calculate is if, luckily you had a customer that was, okay with it,
Sure.
But the industry, in business, a person will tell 24 people how bad a job you did, and they won't tell anyone if you did a great job.
That's right.
And they want to keep you for themselves.
Yeah, and that's really sad, but that's the world that we live in. And I hate to tell the guys, no news is good news sometimes, but that's just the way it is. Yeah. If you're not hearing stuff, then it's probably a good thing, but because they're so quick to nail you if you've done something that's not, up to their standards. But, like I said, I don't want to harp on that, because my guys do such a great job, and we have such a great reputation, to have that one kind of get us on the chin, guide us, but we're set up to handle that, and, of course, it got handled. But it's one of those things that you just go through.
It's about how you bounce
back. Yeah, like you said, that's the best of us.
That's exactly right. Well, Brian, listen, we're going to wrap it up. We got we do a lunch break thing here, so we're going to go into lunch. Have you already had lunch, or?
Not yet.
Okay, what you having? Do you know?
I got a sandwich ready to go.
Oh man,
a little peanut butter and jelly on deck.
Okay, nice. We're getting some chicken fingers. Goldfingers has sponsored us today, so they got us some chicken fingers in. So we're gonna go to lunch. Listen, man, we appreciate you jumping in here and having this conversation. We look forward to seeing you out at SEMA. Look forward to for you to see everything going on at SDC, and you can live vicariously through us.
Yeah, and
all right, thanks, guys. And hey, everybody, don't forget to come by the Pro booth and check us out.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Brian. Thank you.
Thanks,
all right, thanks, guys.
All right, Ryan, here we go, man. What's up on deck?
All right, man. Well, now it's time to go for the gold. That is Goldfingers, our food sponsor for the day. The company was founded on God first, great food, and great friends, Dustin. And I think we've got all those right here at this table. Man.
Oh, don't we, man? This looks amazing. Dude, okay. Are they going to show the food? You got to put the food on camera.
We're going to be showing that food?
Oh, no food? Okay, well, we're just going to talk about it and tell you how good it is, because apparently we are not doing food. There you go. Hey, we're eating some really good chicken fingers. I'm going to try it out, and then we'll talk about what's going on next week.
Looks like I got chicken fingers and some, what are those? Some hot wings, boneless wings right there. Let me jump
I don't know. I'm going to try that out.
Yeah, buddy.
That looks good. I'm so glad pill season's over.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my goodness.
Who we got on the podcast next week, Dustin?
All right, next week, Daryl Lyons, right?
Daryl Lyons.
He is the host of the SDC, so we're going to hear from the man himself. We actually had him on. If you guys were listening to the podcast number 1, he was our first guest, I believe.
Yep.
So we're bringing him back on, talk about SDC, talk about what all he has big plans. I know he's got some big plans out there.
Oh, yeah.
And just hear from the man. Let's talk about it. Let's hear about it. So if you guys have any questions that you would like to see us ask, don't forget to drop us a comment, shoot us a like, share this podcast, so we can get some attention, get some other listeners out there following along. The bigger we make this thing, the better it's going to be.
That's right, man. So we really appreciate you guys for tuning in this episode of Play by Play.
That's right. That's going to wrap up this big party, and we're going on to the next one. Thanks a lot.
We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
This has been another Lunch Break Play by Play hosted by Detail Bookie. Join us next week for auto detailing news, interviews, and tastes of the South. See you soon.